Shalom everyone, this is Amir Tsarfati with some very interesting breaking news from the Middle East. I'm gonna wait for just a few minutes so people can join, and I'll tell you about the failed attempt to assassinate the Iraqi Prime Minister. Mustafa al-Kadhimi was basically the target yesterday of 3 suicide drones, 2 a.m. in fact, in the middle of the night, Israel time. I'll tell you more when some more people will join us. I see quite a few people joining us from other places than America. We're talking about the Middle East, Asia, Australia, New Zealand. They're all awake. So these are breaking news. A few hours ago, there was an attempt to kill the Iraqi Prime Minister in his house in the Green Zone in Baghdad. The Green Zone is a territory about 4 square miles where the Iraqi government offices, foreign embassies, security forces, and the Prime Minister's residence is also there. Yesterday at 2 a.m., 3 suicide drones were sent to his residences. 2 of them exploded. 1 of them was shot down. There are some conflicting reports regarding whether he was evacuated earlier or not. We know that there were some injuries of mostly his security people. But the question is, was he evacuated because of an early warning or not? We'll see. One thing is for sure, he's not killed and he's not even injured. He's safe. But 2 out of 3 suicide drones exploded at the Prime Minister's residence 2 a.m. Israel time, and that happened in the Green Zone in Iraq. Now, what is the background to all of this? 2 days ago, there were some violent clashes between the pro-Iranian Shiites and the government forces. All of that is because a month ago there were some elections in Iraq, and the pro-Iranian militias lost quite a few seats in the parliament. So they claimed that this was all fake, that this is a setup of the government. They go to the street, and 2 days ago, 4 of the protesters were killed. And that, of course, probably caused the attempt to kill the Prime Minister of Iraq. Iran is trying to say, hey, we didn't do it. We don't know who did it. Probably it was an international plot, blah, blah, blah. The usual Iranian lies. Deception, again, this is what they're mastering in. But remember, it is the pro-Iranian militias that had all the interests to bring down the Iraqi Prime Minister. The Iraqi Prime Minister, Mustafa al-Kadhimi, is known as a pro-West, someone that the United States supports, someone that the Western world support. And if you want to kick the U.S. out of Iraq, you probably want to kick him also out of office. And so, ladies and gentlemen, a few hours ago, an attempt to assassinate the Prime Minister of Iraq in his residences in the Green Zone of Iraq. Now, of Baghdad. Baghdad is a huge city, just so you know. And across the Euphrates there's the Tigris in Baghdad. Across the Tigris from Baghdad city, there's the Green Zone, and there's the international airport. The Green Zone is a little bit west of the of the international airport. And again, this is where U.S. embassy is and other foreign embassies. The question is, how come the U.S. embassy CRAM laser system that's supposed to shoot down any flying object flying towards this area, how come it didn't work? That's one thing. Another thing is, how come 2 suicide drones made it and exploded, and who shot down the third, and how come they knew in advance, if indeed he was evacuated shortly before, how come they knew in advance, and yet these 3 suicide drones made it through the green zone? There's a lot of questions, but one thing is for sure, there's not a dull moment in the Middle East, and this time it's Iraq. Remember, everybody is expecting the US to pull out of Iraq by the end of the year. The Americans starts sounding some different sounds in the last few weeks, saying that there might be a delay in the final pullout. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I can tell you one thing, folks, keep your eyes open. Iran is desperate to get America out, but also Iran is racing towards having enough enriched uranium for its first nuclear bomb. And so anything you can do to divert the attention from Iran, problems in Yemen, problems in Syria, problems in Iraq, problems in Lebanon, it's a blessed thing for the Iranians, because they can quietly do what they need to do, and they promise we'll get back to the table of nuclear talks in Vienna on November 29th, which means leave us alone. We've got 3 more weeks to work on enriching uraniums in sites that are not inspected, without cameras, without any international guarantee that they're not doing what they're not supposed to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, a lot is going on in the Middle East. I'll keep you posted more, but right now I need to go to my back treatment. And again, there'll be a Middle East update from the border with Syria this coming Thursday. A special Middle East update live from the Israeli-Syrian border, which was, by the way, lately in the center of activity and action. So I'll talk to you more. Thank you. God bless you. And again, thank you also for going and pre-ordering Operation Yoktan. It is exactly, I can't tell you what it's all about, but some of what I just talked about right now, this is what it's all about. Iraqi militias supported by Iran, drones. I mean, every piece of the fiction part of that book is actually coming to pass. So it's quite amazing. And so if you haven't done so, pre-order that on Amazon, Operation Yoktan. We are very close to enter into the New York Times bestseller list. We need a few more to be pre-sold, and then we'll get their attention. All right, thank you. God bless you, and shalom from Galilee, Israel.